I never imagined I'd be in this kind of situation. You know when you trust someone so deeply that the thought of them doing something behind your back doesn't even cross your mind? That was me. Until recently. My partner and I had been together for nearly 2 years. We shared everything, or so I thought. We had our ups and downs like anyone, but nothing ever made me question their loyalty. That's why this hit me so hard. A few nights ago, I noticed them acting a little off-subtle stuff, like turning their phone, screen away, or stepping into the other room mid-conversation. Nothing obvious, but enough to plant a tiny seed of doubt. I told myself I was overthinking, but that uneasy feeling stuck with me. Then came the moment I saw it. I wasn't snooping, I swear. Their phone buzzed while they were in the shower, and the name on the screen? Their ex. My stomach dropped. It felt like time froze. I didn't read the whole message, just enough to know it wasn't casual or innocent. Something about still thinking about the old days and wish things were different. That was enough for me. Enough to make my chest tighten and my hands shake. I left. Quietly. Without drama. I packed a small bag and walked out the door, unsure whether I was being too sensitive or finally trusting my gut. But now I keep asking myself, was I wrong for not waiting to hear their side first? Was walking away without confrontation the coward's way out? Or was it me finally choosing peace over pain? To really understand why this hurt me so much, you'd need to know the kind of relationship we had, or at least the kind I thought we had. We met through mutual friends. What started as casual conversations turned into late-night phone calls, coffee dates, and eventually, a quiet comfort that made me feel safe. My partner was warm, funny, thoughtful. The kind of person who'd remember my coffee order or text me good luck before a big meeting. I felt seen. I felt appreciated. I'd be lying if I said there were never red flags, but they were more like yellow lights. Nothing major. Just a few stories about their past that didn't sit right with me, especially how their last relationship ended. They told me they were completely done with their ex, that the door was closed. I believed them, and maybe that was my first mistake, not because they were lying, but because I never really asked deeper questions. We never had strict rules around communication or boundaries with exes. I trusted them to be respectful, and they always acted like I had nothing to worry about. That trust became the foundation for everything we built together. We talked about moving in. We planned a trip abroad. I even introduced them to my family. So when I saw that message from their ex, it didn't feel like just a casual conversation I had caught. It felt like a betrayal of something sacred, something we had both promised to protect. That's what makes this so confusing. We weren't perfect, but I truly thought we were solid. That's why I keep replaying everything in my head, trying to find the moment where things started to crack. It happened on a Sunday night. We were both home, just relaxing. They were sitting on the couch, scrolling through their phone while I was finishing up some emails. Everything seemed normal, but something felt off. Their laughter sounded forced. They'd glance at me, then quickly back at the screen. Their phone was face down more than usual. I didn't want to assume anything bad, but you know how your gut sometimes whispers before your brain catches up? Later that night, while they were in the shower, I saw the screen light up from across the room. A name appeared I hadn't seen in a long time, their ex. I didn't mean to invade their privacy. Truly, I didn't. But when a second message popped up, I've been thinking about us a lot lately. I froze. Everything around me faded for a second. My ears rang. My hands felt cold. I only saw that one message, but that was enough. Enough to shatter the quiet trust I'd built brick by brick. Was it a full-blown affair? Maybe not. But in that moment, it felt just as painful. They were emotionally engaging with someone they'd told me was completely out of their life, and they hid it. That secrecy made it worse. I didn't confront them. I didn't storm in or make a scene. I just sat there, staring at the message, thinking, if they're still talking to their past, where does that leave me? When they came out of the bathroom, I pretended like everything was fine. But inside, I had already packed my decision. The hours after seeing that message felt heavier than I can explain. I didn't cry right away. I didn't yell. I just felt numb. You think you'll react a certain way when trust breaks. Maybe shout. Maybe demand answers, but in reality, it's quiet. It's like your brain starts buffering, trying to make sense of something your heart already understands. I sat on the edge of the bed for what felt like hours. My thoughts were racing, but they weren't loud. They were tired. Why would they do this? Was I not enough? Have they been feeling this way for a while? But the thought that hit the hardest was, did they ever really let their past go? Or was I just filling a space someone else left behind? I thought about the moments we had shared, the little ones. Movie nights, rainy morning breakfasts. Times they said, I've never felt this safe before. Were those real? Or were they saying those same things to someone else too? The pain wasn't just about the message. It was about what it represented: secrecy, confusion, and emotional disconnection. That's what stung the most.